Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Oh, may I do something for you, sir?
I'll repeat the offer while I think of something.
I beg your pardon?
That's not the way I heard it first.
Did you want to see...
Mr. George Victor.
May I have your name?
Well, let's trade. Mine's Diamond, Richard Diamond.
Oh, of course. Mr. Victor's expecting you.
Well, it's too much to hope that you were...
He's waiting for you, Mr. Diamond.
Thanks. Any door?
Huh? Oh, straight ahead. Go right in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Mr. Victor?
Yes. Oh, you're Diamond.
Uh-huh.
Come in and sit down.
Thank you.
You said you'd come immediately, and that was over an hour ago when I phoned you.
Well, I didn't want to come to my bare feet. What? I was washing out a pair of socks.
You're sure you're Richard Diamond?
Reasonably sure, yes. My credentials.
All right. You were recommended to me by Lieutenant Levinson of the police department. I want to hire you.
My fee is $100 a day in expenses. Unless we settle that first, I couldn't solve the case if it was tagged 100 proof.
Here are 2 checks. One for 100, the other for 5.
Oh.
You get the 100 if you take the job, and the other one if you do the job satisfactorily.
Now, tell me all about it.
You may have heard that I bought the controlling interest in one of the biggest newspapers in the city.
That I heard.
All right. I'm going to expose the numbers racket.
That's been tried before.
I know, but this time it's different. I have all the evidence I need to expose one of the biggest operators. Aaron Ziegler.
Oh, well, you do pick 'em big.
You know him?
We did some spitting at each other when I was on the force.
Well, then you know what he is.
Yeah. But you said you had all the evidence. Where do I come in?
Ziegler's my affair. Yours will be my daughter. Here's her picture.
Well, you can have Ziegler. I'm happy with this arrangement.
This is no joke, Mr. Diamond. My daughter works for Ziegler.
Oh? You got $1 million for every Mongolian in Asia and your daughter works? Harvey, perhaps?
She became infatuated with a man named Doug Saxon.
And went to work to support
Will
it.
you listen to me?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Victor.
Saxon has some connection with Ziegler. I objected to her seeing Saxon, and there was an argument.
And being 21, she walked out.
Yes. Ziegler gave her a job singing in the Nocturne Club.
I know the place.
Now, what I want you to do is...
I think I know, Mr. Victor. You got evidence on Ziegler. That makes him an unhappy boy, and being unhappy, he wants to smile again. So he sets glamour lad Saxon loose. Your daughter falls for him, and the frame's begun, right?
Ziegler told me he was going to stop me from printing the expose of his racket. I know he'll use my daughter, Kathy.
What does she have to say about it?
She won't see me.
And you've got no idea what the frame will be.
No, that's your job. Find my daughter, stay with her until the paper goes to press.
And when will that be?
10 tonight.
Oh, all right, Mr. Victor. You've hired yourself a boy. I'll pick up that $500 check after I pick up the late edition. Good day, sir. Oh,
Yes?
If you will excuse the expression, the retainer, $100.
Oh, here you are.
Oh, well, thank you. I'd bow from the waist, but my empty money belt might choke me. I'll keep in touch. A couple of phone calls to old acquaintances who still kept in touch with the shady side of our city, and I had Saxon's address. A half hour after I left George Victor, I was punching the buzzer to Saxon's apartment. Good afternoon, Mr. Saxton.
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm Mother Hubbard, and I've come to look in your cupboard. Ask me in.
What's the idea? Who...
This won't take long, Mr. Saxton.
Listen, you...
I was just going to ask you to listen. But since you asked first, go ahead and give me something to listen to.
Did Ziegler send you?
Well, maybe. Maybe not. It's a nice place here. All the scenery. Phonograph, big overstuffed chair.
I'm glad you like it, but don't make yourself comfortable.
What's in the other room?
Look here, I don't know who you are or what you want, but...
Maybe Ziegler did send me.
Did he?
No.
You a cop?
Used to be. Always enjoyed my work. And I never enjoyed it more than when I was up against a character like you.
Get out of here.
Oh, now somehow getting tough doesn't look well on you. You're not the type, Saxon. From a quick but thorough study, I'd say you were more used to soft lights, sweet music, and setting up pigeons to be knocked over by your boss.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kathy Victor. Know her?
What if I do?
You know her. And, Saxon. Keep away from her.
Oh, now you're scaring me. Sure. Hey, what do you want from me? Why are you doing this?
I'm hired to do it. The name's Diamond, Richard Diamond, occupation private detective.
Private detective.
Yeah. You're going to make a phone call now.
I won't.
You're calling Ziegler to tell him you quit.
I can't do that.
Unless you want this floor lamp on your head.
Diamond, please don't.
Now, that's better. Now, go ahead.
What'll I tell him?
Well, your health is bad. You're going to take a boat trip.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Well, then you think of something, but think.
But Hello, this is Saxon. I'd like to talk to Aaron. Oh. Well, I'll call back.
It's important.
It's important. I've got to talk to him. All right.
Get him?
They're putting me through him. Hello. Hello, Aaron. Listen, I can't go through with the deal. Something came up.
I mentioned my name.
A man named Diamond. Richard. Yeah, that's right. I don't know, Aaron, but please, don't blame me. I did. Hello? Hello, Aaron. Aaron. He hung up.
Good. You do the same.
You don't know what he'll do, Diamond. You don't know him.
Oh, but I do. Well, happy landings, Glamour Boy.
You can't leave me like this.
You know, after a long look at you, I don't think I'd like to stay. Bye, Saxon. 20 feet of the East River will look good on you. Okay, so it was a bluff. I knew Ziegler wouldn't be scared off that easily, but when you go hunting ducks, you put out a decoy. I did. The decoy was me. It was an hour later that I got back to my office building and walked into the lobby. The elevator door there was open, but the jockey was missing. I was about to take the hard way up the stairs when...
Diamond.
Oh, hello. Where'd you come from?
I'm under a cabbage leaf. Don't believe it. Get in the elevator.
I'll walk.
Hey, Mac. Mr. Diamond don't want to get in the elevator.
Maybe he gets car sick. Get in, Diamond.
What's the big idea?
Close the door, Mac.
Sure.
You know how to run this thing, Diamond?
No.
Start it up. Go on.
Okay. Floors, please.
I'll tell you when. This is far enough. Stop it. And keep your hands away from that door.
What are you going to do? Eat your way out?
He's a card, ain't he?
Oh, now, come on. Fun's fun, but I got business.
So have we.
We told you to take your hands off those doors.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he won't go down.
Sure he will. He's just stubborn. Give me that sap. You see?
Yeah. Think he's still tuned in?
Let's see. Diamond. Hey, Diamond. He should know better than that. It ain't polite not to listen. Kick him in the ribs. Now, how about it, Diamond? You want to listen?
He's shaking his head. He says yes.
Okay. Now, stay away from the dame you're supposed to take care of. Go back to Victor and tell him you don't want the job. Tell him it's too rough, and if he don't understand, show him your bruises. Hey, give him a bruise where it shows. Look at that. I don't think he likes you kicking him in the chops.
What does he want? Bedroom slippers?
Okay, open the doors and let's get out of here.
Hey, think I ought to give him another boot, just to make sure?
Ain't you ever satisfied? Go ahead.
Okay, let's go.
You know something? You got an awful disposition.
You don't come out of a beating like that right away. A professional working over is like spending a weekend in a taffy machine. I reached out and tried to touch things, but it was like trying to paint the inside of a balloon with a hammer. I was numb, and when the little jabs of feeling started pinching my cheeks, I found out that I was warm and sticky. Finally, I pulled myself up, stood there for a minute, decided my legs weren't macaroni, and went to the washroom to clean up. Then I headed for the Nocturne Club. It was too early for customers, but there was a bartender and a girl with blonde hair playing the piano.
We ain't open yet, Mac.
Oh, you ain't? Well, give me a bib. I may cry all over the place.
You look awful. Truck hit you or something?
I was blowing a tuba in a high wind.
Yeah?
Yeah. Screwed me 8 feet into the ground.
Ain't that terrible?
Yeah, ain't it? Hey, who's the dame with the fingers?
Oh, Meditain's here. Name's Victor, Kathy Victor. Got a swell set of pipes. If you're looking for a job, we don't need no tuba players.
Look, here's for a drink and here's something for you because you ain't open yet. Fix me something that'll turn me all one color.
Sure. Will it be black or blue?
Anything that goes with my tie. Bring it to the piano.
I thought you wanted it.
Oh, I'll laugh later.
I thought it was pretty good.
Hey, know the words to that?
Yeah.
Time in my hands,
From your looks, I'd say you needed time.
Oh, don't let the bruises fool you, honey. When the swelling goes down, my face is fairly normal.
Hey, blue and yellow make green, don't they?
Yeah, why?
I wasn't sure, but here's a drink anyway. Who knows? Maybe you'll turn plaid.
Sure. Here, put this in your pocket and go back in the bottle.
Sure, thanks. Yell when you want another one.
Hey. What's the matter? Why'd you stop?
I need a drink, too.
You get the jumps early, huh?
I work late. Catches up with me.
Oh, try out running them for a day. It does wonders.
Oh, I know you. You're a spy from Alcoholics Anonymous.
Go ahead, play some more.
All right.
Kathy, your father sent me.
What?
Remember him?
Why don't you leave now?
Before we're really acquainted?
I don't know who you are or what you want, but if my father sent you, I'm not buying.
Okay, so you're having a good time now, but there's always the next morning. Thought of that?
I don't need anyone to take care of me.
Miss Victor, I'm not trying to take care of you. I'm doing a job. Maybe you don't know this, but you're being measured for a patsy. And your father's going to fit the same frame Saxon and Ziegler are working up for you.
You're crazy. But I like you, so I'll forgive you.
Now, cut it out.
I thought you wanted me to play.
Look, you're spoiled. You had a mouthful of silver spoons and a handful of gold pieces for building blocks when you were a kid. But you're not a kid anymore. You're playing with bad boys.
Maybe that's the way I like them.
What do I have to say to make you realize, young lady?
What, Diamond?
Doug.
Oh, well, Mr. Saxon. I thought you weren't going to be around here anymore.
I changed my mind. You're changed, too, since I last saw you.
Well, only my looks. They'll heal. But tomorrow, you'll still be a greasy little gigolo.
You can't talk that way to me.
Oh, shut up.
Never mind. Mr. Ziegler would like to see you. He saw you come in.
And where is Mr. Ziegler?
In his office, right back that way.
Okay. I haven't seen Ziegler for a long time. Maybe he wants me to set his broken arm.
His arm's all right.
I'll stick around. You may find out you're a chronic liar. Keep playing, baby. I'll be right back. Like I said, I knew my bluff with Saxon wouldn't work, but I had what I wanted. A look in on Ziegler. And maybe a hint on what the frame was going to be. I walked to and into his office.
Well, Diamond.
Hello, Ziegler.
Oh, what happened to your face?
Oh, got it caught in an elevator.
Oh.
What do you want with me?
Diamond, here's a grand. Go out and have fun tonight, huh? All night.
Oh, that money won't do me any good.
Why not? It ain't counterfeit.
Well, it's yours. That makes it so lousy it's liable to crawl right out of my pocket.
Well, then get rid of it in a hurry.
You get rid of it.
No, it's better waking up with a headache than not being able to find your head at all.
Oh, look, Ziegler, you don't scare me. Now let's level. You know why I'm here. Let Kathy Victor alone.
You want to see me, boss?
Well, look who's here.
Oh, you know Tony, Diamond?
Hey, we met, yes.
Mhm.
He stubbed his toe on my chin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When was this, Diamond?
You know what it was, about an hour ago.
You're crazy.
Yes, Diamond. Tony was right here with me all morning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Are you leaving, Diamond?
Yeah. Got any other ideas?
Yes. I think you should consider my proposition.
I'll let you know.
About what?
Things in general.
Oh, no.
All of a sudden, you're happy.
You make me that way, Diamond. You're working the dark, aren't you?
I'll feel my way around.
Believe me, Diamond, there ain't a thing wrong. Why, we love Miss Victor here. Just because her old man gets excited and hires you to bend an eye over her, don't mean anything is wrong, does it?
Since you asked me, I'll tell you. The answer's yes.
You think so?
Yeah. Otherwise, why beat me up? Why offer me $1,000 to look the other way?
I don't know nothing about the beating. And as for the grand, I like you.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, Ziegler. I think I'll go now. And just to make you happier, I'll probably stick with the case.
So long, Diamond.
Oh, by the way, Ziegler,
What now?
did you say this gentleman's name was Tony?
That's his name.
Okay, Tony.
What?
I wouldn't do this for everyone, but your shoelace is untied and you're allowed to trip over it.
What are you talking about it?
Bombs away.
Oh, that ain't nice, Diamond. When you do that to a man, you're liable to bust all his teeth.
So what? You probably had your eye on the Goldmans anyway. Be good, Ziegler.
Well, hi there. You looking for another drink? Now, I got one here that I just fixed. You know, you kind of got me started on that color business.
Where'd the
and
girl go?
Huh? What girl?
You know, Ann Saxon. Where's he?
Never heard of him.
Have you ever been to Hamilton?
Huh?
Has his picture on all $10 bills. This one's suitable for framing. In your pocket.
Can't do it, mister.
2 pictures of Hamilton?
Well, they sure would look nice on me, but, I work here, mister. I got a wife and kids, see?
Yeah, I see. Okay, fella, forget it. Well, I fell for the oldest gag in the world. Kept busy someplace else while Saxon walked out with the girl. Now I had to find her. But where? I had until 10 that night to stop a frame-up I didn't know anything about. But I played a hunch and headed for the 5th Precinct Police Station and Lieutenant Walt Levinson. I walked in on him.
Diamond, oh, no.
Hiya, Walt.
No, please go home. Nothing good can come of this.
Why, Walt, I'm surprised at you.
Well, I'm not. You've got some horrible joke up your sleeve. I don't want any part of it.
I can only stay a few minutes. I want to know about a guy named Saxon.
Douglas Saxon?
That's it.
What's the matter? Can't you find things out for yourself?
Right now, Lieutenant, I'm a citizen asking about a guy. Now, what have you got on Saxon, Walt?
Not a thing. He was clean when we picked him up a couple of times.
Why was he picked up?
Why are you so interested in him?
Oh, it goes with my business.
Oh. And if I tell you?
Well, I'll tell you something sometime. Now, come on, Walt, give.
Okay. He was picked up on suspicion of handling narcotics. But that's a job for the vice squad. Why is he so dear to you?
He's working for Aaron Ziegler.
This, Mr. Diamond, is not news.
He'd be just the boy to work a frame for Aaron, wouldn't he?
If it involved a gal, yes.
This does.
How?
Don't know. Yet. But, if she was picked up with narcotics on her, it'd be a nice frame, wouldn't it?
What makes you think it would be a frame?
This gal looks too healthy.
Yeah, but you could be wrong.
Why?
Because for some stupid reason I like you, and I don't want to see you make a fool of yourself.
Oh, why would I do that?
For this dame.
What dame?
The one that Saxon's going to frame.
Is he going to frame her?
Of course he is.
I'd better get her out of it.
Certainly, that's just what I was saying.
Bye, Walt.
Rick.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What for?
For not dragging out that who's on first routine. I don't think my stomach could have stood it today.
Oh, Walt, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Be a good boy.
When you pound a police beat in New York, you make a lot of unusual friends. And if you ever get in plain clothes, those friends come in handy sometimes. I grabbed a cab in front of the precinct station and headed for Chinatown. Walt and I had known an old Chinese named Wu Li who had been around a long time. He knew everyone and everything that went on in Chinatown. And if anyone knew where we could find Saxon, he did.
Saxon. Is possible I do not know him.
Oh, I think you do.
Just so. You said this man Saxon deals in sweet dreams. However, is rumor not proved.
Does he ever come to Chinatown?
You like perhaps a cup of tea?
I ask this as a favor, Wu Li.
Enemies are made to do evil, friends to ask favors. Sometimes is no difference.
Will you tell me, Wu Li?
You ask in name of friendship?
I do.
Very well. In Chinatown is establishment owned by a man named Fu Shen. Perhaps, I say perhaps, this man Saxon is there.
He's been there before, huh?
My eyes are old, perhaps mistaken.
Not your eyes.
I shall give you address, then make call to Fu Shen. You will be allowed to enter his establishment.
May you live 10,000 years.
And may you live to mourn at my funeral.
The old boy gave the address, and I left his shop. 5 minutes later, I walked through the back door of the old frame building, and Fu Shen bowed from the waist to let me upstairs to a private room that fronted a long hall. I noticed there were 3 other closed doors in the floor aside from the big room downstairs. If Kathy Victor was in the building, she had to be in one of those rooms. I walked into my room, closed the door behind me. There was a bed in one corner and a chair near it. A low table was near the bed, and a dim light threw diagonal shadows like fingers across the walls. I waited until the proprietor had time to get downstairs, then I opened the door and looked out in the hall. It was empty, so I started throwing open doors. I had to be quick before I had a dozen hopped-up thugs on my back. The first was a cold turkey.
Beat it! This room's in use. Diamond.
Well, Mr. Saxon, I presume.
Look, Diamond, lay off me, will you?
Where's the kid?
I don't know who you mean.
You will.
No, Diamond, my arm. You're hurting.
So here's another twist for size. Now sing, Saxon, and loud.
Look, you got it wrong.
How wrong can I be?
Okay, but it wasn't my idea.
I can believe that. Ziegler thought it up. You pulled it off for a couple of grand.
Listen, if I tell you we let me go, the girl's all you want. Let me go, will you?
Where is she?
In the next room.
Walk ahead of me. And in case you get any ideas... Now walk ahead of me. Open the door.
You got my arm.
You got another one, but not for long if you try anything. Open it.
There she is.
Oh, out cold.
She's all right,
Just knocked out, huh?
let me go now, Diamond.
Sure. So this was the game, huh? Bring her here, knock her out, plant narcotics on her, and then push her into the street to get picked up.
Look, I showed you where she is. Now give me a break.
You know, I was just thinking of that. How would you like it, in the arm or in the jaw? Crumb. Now, come on, Mr. Victor. Let's wake up now. Come on.
Mr. Diamond, you got bad habits.
Yeah, Tony, and one of them is running into you.
Okay, Diamond, keep your hands where I can see them.
Right on the ends of my arms.
Oh, what a sense of humor. All right, Diamond.
All right, what?
I think you're going to get a hole in the face.
Just a minute, Tony. You hear anything?
Yeah?
Those are police cars, Tony, coming here.
You're crazy.
Yeah? You don't think I'd come here alone, do you?
Get over there by the door.
Look, Tony, you got yourself all dirtied up for Ziegler. Is he here? No, he let you and Saxon walk around in the mud. Those cars are almost here, Tony.
Shut up, I got orders.
They'll rub me out, I know, but what if you do? How are you going to get out? Got an answer for that?
They ain't coming here.
That didn't go past, Tony. Now listen, I got nothing against you. Make a break for it. Out the back door. All I want is the girl. Go on, fast, before it's too late.
Yeah, I ain't going to take the rap for nobody.
Diamond. Rick. Diamond, you in here? Diamond.
Up here, Walt. Come on.
You all right?
Sure, but I sent a package, special delivery out the back door.
We've got that covered. Otis will sign for him.
Okay, wonderful. And now, hey, wait a minute. What are you doing here? Why'd you come?
Why? My ulcers told me you were up to some stupid business. I knew when you left me you had some dizzy idea in your thick skull. I'm a cop, you know. I checked with Wu Lee, too. Hey, that the girl?
Yeah. She'll be all right. Coming around okay.
Uh-huh. Oh, and Saxon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what did you hit him with?
Still out?
Limp.
Yeah, Walt, listen. If the papers get word of this kid's father will be ruined.
If she's in the clear, you've got my word. No one will hear about
Well,
it.
I know she's in the clear, but I can't leave her here. I got a job to do. I was hired.
You want to take her, huh?
Yeah, I think she'd like to go home.
Okay, I'll take your word she's all right. Now, beat it fast before the narcotics boys get here.
Thanks, Walt. Come on, baby. Snap out of it. Come on.
Get her out of here before we're all booked for obstructing justice.
I'm going. Hey, Walt.
Yeah?
How are you going to explain knocking over this joint before the vice squad?
Why, didn't you know I got a reported homicide here? I'll let you know what happens. Where'll you be?
Oh, silly boy. Where else but Helen's? Now, come on, Cassie, baby. On your feet. On your feet. Walt.
Now what?
I love you.
I'll marry you later. Now take off. Oh, my stomach.
Oh. Hello, Rick. You're late.
Hey, get a load of those silk slacks.
They're lounging pajamas, darling.
I've been in a lot of lounges, dear. Never saw anything like those.
You like them?
Yeah, they're all right. It's the stuffing that gets me.
Rick.
Be proud of what you got, baby. I knew a guy who had 16 toes on each foot.
What good did that do him?
He used to tell everybody he was a duck, made a fortune selling his hair for pillow stuffing.
You look awful.
Could have been worse.
Oh?
Was she pretty, Rick?
Who?
The girl in the case.
What case?
Why were you late getting here?
Oh, well, I had to take a girl home and introduce her to a man, her father.
I see. How long did that take?
How'd you know about the girl?
Lieutenant Levinson phoned, asking for you.
Oh.
I took the message. He said, she's all right. And a man named Saxon did a lot of talking.
Oh, wonderful.
Who's she? Who's Saxon?
Oh, read all about it in the papers, dear.
Is she blonde or brunette?
Both. Blonde with a brunette disposition. Got the piano too, huh?
She's pretty as I am.
Oh, honey, nobody is. Oh, well, nothing to do until the office opens again tomorrow. Time on my hands. You in my arms. Nothing but love in view. And then if you fall once and for all, I'll see my dreams come true. Moments to spare for someone you care for. One love affair, just the two. With time on my hands and you in my arms and love in my heart, all for you.
How long did it take you to take her home?
Oh, let's forget her, Helen.
I'm willing. But are you?
Mm-hmm. Look.
Oh, what nice big checks.
Yeah, another day, another $600.
Are we going out for dinner?
With what?
Well, you've got a handful of checks.
Baby, I got news for you. The banks are closed.
Oh, come on. I know the bartender at the Nocturne Club.
Oh, no.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell, with Virginia Gregg as Helen and Ed Begley as Lieutenant Walt Levinson. Also in the cast were Wilms Herbert, Larry Dobkin, Gene Bates, Stanley Waxman, Paul DeBob, and Hy Averback. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by Russell Hughes. Dick Powell currently may be seen in the motion picture version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. This is Eddie King inviting you to be with us next Sunday at this same time when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. What's on NBC today? Great shows for Sunday on NBC include The Adventures of Sam Spade and Theater Guild on the Air. Helen Hayes and Walter Abel co-star on Theater Guild today, and for his caper, Sam Spade turns to television for help. You'll enjoy both these stellar shows, Sam Spade, then Theater Guild, today on NBC. Now stay tuned for James Melton and Harvest of Stars on NBC.
Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Mr. Diamond, Detective Agency.
What does the sign say on the door?
Diamond, Detective Agency.
Now read the second line, please.
Recommended good housekeeping.
And the last line, please.
Homicides delivered at the rear.
That's fine. 20/20 vision. Now, if you just hop around on 1 foot while I classify you in 1A, I'll see that you're on the next boat to the Aleutians.
Are you Diamond?
Are you a prospective client?
Yes.
I'm Diamond. I charge $100 a day in expenses.
You ever leave town, Mr. Diamond?
Occasionally, but I can never get used to the tar and feathers.
I'd like you to go to California with me.
Oh, just lonesome, or have you got a problem?
I represent a very wealthy man in Hollywood. He has a problem.
A very wealthy man, huh?
Millions.
I'd love to meet him.
I'll arrange it. When can you leave?
Well, now, that's a bit of a problem. Let's see. Close the office, do some packing, take care of a few engagements. It'll take me at least 13 minutes.
4 o'clock now. We can leave LaGuardia by 5.
You have the tickets already?
No tickets are necessary, Mr. Diamond. Mr. Harvey's private plane and pilot are standing by.
The gentleman's name turned out to be Kane, Fred Kane, from Beverly Hills, California. Obviously representing a client with more than a cozy income. Private plane, private pilot, and worth millions. How cozy can you get? I called Helen, told her I'd send her a starlit swimming pool or something, and by 5:30 I was riding with Fred Kane in Mr. Harvey's private plane, headed for sunny California.
Comfortable?
Oh, I haven't seen furnishings like this since I got lost in the men's lounge at the Waldorf.
Drink?
Later. The time has come, the walrus said.
To talk of many things.
Right.
I represent Mr. George L. Harvey.
The big motion picture producer?
Yeah. He's being blackmailed.
Well, why come all the way to New York for me? You've got some pretty good boys in California. Spade, Novak. Of course, they haven't got my blue eyes.
GL didn't want any local talent brought in on this case. You were quite well known, even in California.
Oh, well, I can understand that.
GL thought it'd be a good idea to have an outsider helping him. Someone who wouldn't be recognized.
Okay, bless old GL and all his little millions. Now, who's blackmailing him?
GL will tell you everything himself when we get to California.
Fred Kane and I played gin for the next couple of hours, and we didn't talk any more about G.L. Harvey and his blackmail trouble. By 8:30, we were somewhere over Kansas, and I was getting sleepy, so I turned in. Around 6 the next morning, we landed in Burbank. I stepped out to get my first look at beautiful, wonderful, sunny California.
We'll have to run for it. GL will have a car waiting.
A car? I'm surprised at GL. I thought sure he'd meet us with his private life raft. The car was waiting all right, complete with chauffeur, footman, and dinghy. We plowed our way through 6 inches of early morning dew and headed for the Beverly Hills Hotel where I was supposed to stay. We arrived around 7, got me settled in my room, a tiny little affair that reminded me of a well-decorated roundhouse. Then we had breakfast, and by 10 o'clock I was standing in the offices of George L. Harvey, Hollywood producer.
Glad you're here, Diamond. Have a seat.
Thank you. You haven't got an old ringer around you, have you?
Nasty weather, isn't it? It'll clear up. Got to. Can't stay on a cover set all week. Schedule's too tight.
Cover set?
GL shooting a new picture. If the company has some unexpected bad weather and they're shooting exteriors, they have a cover set and they can move into and shoot some interior scenes.
Oh.
You interested in motion pictures, Diamond?
Well, I see a few. Right now, I'm more interested in blackmail, Mr. Harvey.
Oh, yes. Well, here's the setup. Fred here introduced me to a girl about a month ago. Mary Conrad.
And now she's got you on the hook.
Very much on the hook. Pretty girl. No, more than that. Beautiful. Brunette, about 5'6". Well, she's...
Beautiful.
We became very, well...
Friendly.
Yes. I'm married, Mr. Diamond. My wife doesn't know anything about this.
Unless Mary Conrad tells her.
Yes, and she's threatened to do just that.
Unless you kick through or something.
Yes.
Money?
Yes, 100,000.
Oh, that's a nice round sum. Fred should be more careful about the girls he introduces you to.
I had no way of knowing, Diamond. I met the girl in Las Vegas. 2 weeks later, I met her at a party down here.
Just as much my fault. I saw her with Fred and wanted an introduction.
And you got it. $100,000. How do you do?
Yes.
You want me to get something on her or to get the evidence back?
Well, yes.
So wonder you don't get into more trouble, GL. You just don't know how to say no. It was pretty obvious that I'd have to meet the blackmailer, so a party was arranged by Fred Kane at GL's beach house. And without GL's presence, so I could get acquainted with the beautiful Mary Conrad. GL gave me a $200 retainer and blushed a little when I kissed him on both cheeks. Then Fred Kane sailed me back to the Beverly Hills, where he rented a car for me and told me how to get to the beach home. By 8 o'clock that evening, I was driving down the coast highway on the way to Malibu. I couldn't get over it. The rain had stopped. There was a big yellow moon sitting up in a cloudless sky, and a warm breeze was blowing in off the Pacific. I even put the top down.
Hello, Diamond. Come on in.
Hey, what's with this weather? One minute it's pouring, and the next time it comes out like a travel folder.
We're just getting into the rainy season. It'll probably stay clear like this for at least a week.
Oh.
Give me your hat, and I'll take you in and introduce you to the guests.
Oh, that's what? A New York gumshoe out looking for a blackmailer?
Yeah, that's right. You're an agent.
Agent? I don't know anything about agents.
You like money, don't you?
That's my name, spelled backwards.
Then you're an agent.
It was a small little party. That is, of course, if you compared it to Ebbets Field during a World Series. GL's house was in the middle of what was known as Malibu Colony. That's a bunch of houses built right out on the sand and surrounded by money. Fred took me around and introduced me as an agent from New York and an old friend. I met everything from producers, writers, and directors to several well-known motion picture stars, one of which had her French poodle with her.
And this is Michelle, Mr. Diamond. Say hello to Mr. Diamond, Michelle.
Oh, oh! Oops, sorry. Great Dane. And on until finally we got around to my objective for the evening. And believe me, I'd enlist 3 times a week just to go after that kind of an objective. Brunette, about 5'6". When she looked up at me, I felt as nervous as a cat in a ukulele factory.
This is Mary Conrad, Mr. Diamond, Mary.
Hello.
Be nice to him. He's a big New York agent. I see some other guests now. Take care of him, Mary.
Looks like Fred is paired us off.
Well, he knows a good combination when he sees it. 2 best-looking people at the party. Of course, I'm prettier than you are.
How long have you known Fred?
Fred? Oh, years and years. We used to play stickball together over in Canarsie.
I thought Fred was a native Californian.
Well, oh, yes. Well, he is. He used to come all the way to New York just for the stickball. We had quite a team.
I'll bet you did. What position did you play?
I played left gutter. That's the dirty side of the street.
Oh.
How about a drink, huh? She showed me where the bar was, and we sat down and got acquainted. Then she showed me where the ocean was, and we took off our shoes and walked out on the sand. Then we sat down and really got acquainted.
It's nicer out here. I don't like parties much.
Oh, I like this one.
Compliment?
Naturally.
Thank you. How long are you going to be in California?
Oh, I don't know. It depends.
Business?
Yeah.
You're not having much fun, are you?
Oh, sure. I'm having a ball.
You're lonesome, aren't you?
Like 50 miles of dirt road.
Let's leave the party.
All right. Where to?
Well, my car's here, and it wouldn't be good to be seen leaving together. I'll go first, and you follow in about 5 minutes. You can pick me up at my house.
Score for Diamond. She gave me her address and told me how to get there. Then we walked back to the party, and she left. I gave the high sign to Kane, and in 5 minutes I followed. Mary Conrad's house was on the outskirts of Beverly Hills, south of Pico. There was a long, low, black sedan, the type a chauffeur usually drives, parked in front of the house. The same car that had picked me up at the airport that morning. And it belonged to G.L. Harvey. Before I could get parked, the door to the little house flew open, and old G.L. himself came barreling out like a squirrel with his tail on fire. G.L.!
Mr. Harvey! Hey! Mr. Harvey!
Hey, what the devil?
Oh, hello there, Mr. Harvey.
Simon, did you get into the studio?
I went to your home first.
My home? You didn't talk to anyone?
Your car wasn't around, so I tried the studio. The cop at the gate wouldn't let me in, so I climbed a fence.
Climbed a fence?
It was better than having him call you. You might have wanted to see me.
I'd wanted to see you. Don't be foolish. Why not see you?
You often come to your office this late at night?
Look, Diamond, I saw you when you yelled at me in front of Mary Conrad's house.
Why didn't you stop?
I was too frightened. I was scared stiff. I suppose you found her.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Awful. Just awful.
I'll bet it was.
I thought about going home. I thought about a lot of places. I ended up here.
Did you kill her?
No. Of course I didn't kill her. She called me from Malibu, told me to meet her at her house. I got there before she did. She drove up and we went in. It was just awful.
You went in, then what?
She turned the living room light on and there was a shot. She looked kind of surprised and I was too stunned for a minute to really know what had happened. Then she just kind of looked at me like she wanted me to help. It was then I really got it. I knew she'd been shot. She fell and I rushed over to her. She died right there. Lying on the floor looking up at me like... I don't know.
There was a gun beside her.
Was there? I didn't see it.
Well, here it is. Take a look at it. 45, one shot fired. Ever seen it before?
No.
You know, I could get in a lot of trouble taking this gun from the scene of murder. But I had a hunch it was worth it. I thought maybe it might be your gun. If it isn't, I'll get it back to the cops and take my chances.
I don't know whether it is or not.
Do you own a 45?
Yes, I keep it at the beach house. But even if that turns out to be my gun, Mr. Diamond, I didn't kill Mary Conrad.
Oh, I don't think you did either. You might have wanted to kill her because of the blackmail, but that would be premeditated. You'd plan it, and a man who commits a planned killing doesn't leave the murder weapon around, especially if it happens to belong to him. But if you were in love with her...
I wasn't.
Well, I'm taking that chance. A jealous lover might do a lot of silly things.
I have a wife and family.
I thought about that, too. I'm not sure the police would pay much attention. If the blackmail got out, you'd have a motive. If this gun turns out to be yours, has your fingerprints on it, that would cinch it.
What about the police?
I called them and got out. You know where the shot came from?
I didn't even take time to think about it. I just ran.
There was a heavy smell of cordite on the other side of the room near the bedroom. Bedroom door was ajar. Bedroom window was open. Killer probably shot her from the bedroom. You ran. He threw the gun in beside the body.
What are we going to do?
Well, there's one thing that makes me wonder a little. Mary Conrad asked me to come over to her house, too. What do you suppose she wanted with both of us there?
I can't imagine.
Well, neither can I. It's certainly worth looking into.
Thanks, Diamond.
You know, I've had some pretty fair experiences with murder, GL, but like everybody else, I make mistakes. I hope this is not going to be one of them. I gave GL Harvey 2 instructions. First, find out if he was missing a .45 automatic. Second, go on about his business like nothing had happened. And forget that he'd known Mary Conrad other than casually. I knew I was taking a big chance. Being an accessory after the fact could land me in a lot of hot water. But GL just didn't figure as the killer. And if I was right, someone was trying to fit him for a king-size frame. Why? Who? What was the motive? Those were things I was going to have to find out and find them out in a hurry. So while the police were undoubtedly still busy with an identification on Mary Conrad, I got back in my rented car and took off for Malibu.
Yeah, back so soon?
No laughs.
You find out anything?
Where can we talk?
You look like something's wrong.
You should see how Mary Conrad looks. Fred Kane took me in the den and we locked out the rest of the party. I told him just what had happened. And he poured himself a long drink.
Yeah. You think GL really did it?
I want to do some checking on Mary Conrad before I start making any guesses. Now, you said you met her in Las Vegas, didn't you?
That's right.
Well, then tell me everything you know about her. And he didn't know much. He'd met Mary at the Serena Hotel. Just ran into her at a party. He had seen her several times in the following few days, and she had mentioned she was coming down to L.A., so he'd asked her to look him up. She had, and that was the extent of it.
What do I tell the police? They'll certainly find out who she's been seeing.
It'll take them a while to check. Did she have any other friends?
She never mentioned any.
You met her at the Serena. Was she with anyone?
I don't remember his name.
You remember the date?
It was about a month ago, the last few days I was there.
Oh, well, okay. I'm going to take a trip to Vegas and see if I can find out anything more.
You must really think GL's innocent.
Don't you?
Well, yes. But he certainly had a motive.
Oh, I don't think GL would kill anyone for $100,000. The thing I can't figure is why anyone would want to frame him. What could they gain by it? I drove back to Burbank, grabbed a late plane for Las Vegas. About an hour and a half later, I was checking with the desk clerk at the Serena. We went through the lists of guests during the time Fred Kane's last visit. Kane had checked out on the 8th of October. He said he'd met Mary Conrad several days before. I gave the desk clerk her description, but he didn't remember. And she hadn't been registered at the Serena. So I started checking every hotel and motor court in Vegas. Bartender, give me a scotch and water.
Sure thing.
Hey, you look a little beat, friend. Can I buy you a drink?
I just bought one.
Hey, I understand you're trying to find Mary Conrad.
You know her?
Yeah?
Well, friend, I'd like to ask you some questions.
What's it worth?
Depends on how much you know.
I know plenty.
Oh, we'll see. What's your name?
Not here. I got a car outside. We'll take a ride.
Okay. Information, please. Slid off the stool and led the way out of the hotel and out across the parking lot. This guy knew I was looking for Mary Conrad. How? Had to be tipped off or he'd been tailing me. When he walked in front of me, the little old gun in his hip pocket showed up like a bathing beauty on the gorilla farm. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Where's the car?
Huh? Oh, right over there.
Mm-hmm. The one with the fat guy behind the wheel?
Just a friend.
Oh, sure. I think we talk right here. He thought about it for a second, glanced over at his fat friend sitting in the car, then back at me.
Yeah?
Right here.
Okay.
He made up his mind, all right. He grabbed for his right hip pocket and that big gun, but that was as far as he got because I second-guessed it. His friend took off, staying behind a line of parked cars until he was clear of the parking lot and far enough away so I couldn't get in a good shot. I leaned down over the man who had wanted to kill me. He was very dead. Well, I'd held out police evidence in Los Angeles and killed a man in Las Vegas. I was in the spot, and only one lead left. The big fat driver who'd taken off in the car. I went through the dead man's pocket and came up with one thing. a $100 gambling chip from the Ace of Clubs casino. How about using that car of yours?
Huh?
Don't turn around, or you'll get mixed up with a lot of bullets.
What do you want?
A talk. Keep looking straight ahead like nothing was happening. I'll kill you if you try anything, I promise you that.
What is this? Who are you?
I just shot a friend of yours in the Serena parking lot.
I've been in my office all night.
Oh, sure. Start walking for the door.
You'll never get away with this, Diamond.
I thought you didn't know me. Start walking.
I own this place, Diamond. My boys are all over the joint.
Well, yell for him once and you have a dirty old hole in your pretty coat.
Look, you and me can discuss this without getting rough.
Out the door. And smile. Now, where's the car?
Across the street.
Hey, wait a minute. A couple of your boys are following us. They look a little worried about me. Tell them how happy you are. Go on.
Okay. Relax, boys. It's okay. Me and my friend are just talking some business.
All right. Across the street. We're going to take a little drive outside of town where we can have some peace and quiet. Just you and me in the desert. That's good enough. Pull off the road.
Look, Diamond.
Pull off the road.
You know, the cops are going to be out looking for you.
That's why I need some answers in a hurry. Why did your boy try to kill me tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Get out of the car.
Now, look, I
Get out.
What's this going to prove, Diamond?
You're going to start walking. Straight out into that desert. At the end of 100 paces, if you haven't told me what I want to know, you're going to get it. Right in your big, ugly face.
You'll never get away with it.
Walk. Now, that's the trouble with you big, tough guys.
Get a fellow in a spot, and you never figure he might just be desperate enough to shoot his way out of it. Why did your boy try to knock me off tonight?
I've got a lot of dough, Diamond. I can get you out of the state and make you rich. I'll swear you killed my boy in self-defense.
How well do you know Mary Conrad?
I've never heard of her.
I've held out police evidence in California, and I've shot a man in Nevada. I'm in a tough spot. I'll just about do anything.
You kill me, and you'll never find out anything.
I'll keep looking. Who else is mixed up in this? How'd you know who I was?
I found out.
And you're nearly there.
You're bluffing.
You got 15 paces to go.
You'll never get out of town. You kill me, and every cop in the state will be after you.
You're a big man, huh?
I swing a lot of weight.
Well, I don't like your kind of big men. Stop here. How about it? Going to tell me how you're mixed up in this?
Now, wait a minute. This is getting ridiculous.
It's a matter of opinion. You going to tell me?
Wait. You must be nuts. Supposing I did know something. I tell you, you tell the cops. Maybe I knocked off somebody. I get the gas chamber.
Then it shouldn't make any difference to you. This would be a lot quicker.
What do you want to know?
Who's Mary Conrad?
My girl. Her real name's Mary Langley.
Who killed her?
Fred Kane. The guy who works for Jill Harvey.
Why?
Kane owed me a lot of dough. Couldn't pay it. Jill Harvey was to go to the gas chamber for killing someone. Kane had become head of the Harvey Productions.
Why wouldn't Harvey's wife take over?
She'd own it, but Jill's will states that Kane would run it.
How do you fit?
Kane promised me a 50-50 split if I'd lay off about the debt. I talked Mary into it, and Kane introduced her to Harvey. The old boy went for a hook, line, and sinker. Then she started blackmailing him.
So you'd have a motive for murder?
Yeah.
She never figured she was going to get killed.
Oh, she just thought we were going to milk the old boy for the $100,000 and pull out.
How did I fit in?
Harvey's idea. When Kane told me about it, I figured it wouldn't be bad. You could catch Harvey after the murder.
Well, why did you make a date with me, then call Harvey?
Oh, we told her to. Told her you were a private eye working for Harvey's wife. We said that you could be bought, and it would be a good idea to catch her with Harvey.
So you waited in the bedroom until GL came in and you shot her, threw the gun in beside her.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't shoot her. Kane shot her.
Oh, Kane took GL's gun from the Malibu house?
That's right.
Oh, you lame brain. I left Kane at the Malibu house when I went to see Mary. He was there when I got back. Witnesses will swear he was around the whole time. You killed the girl and hopped the plane back here for Vegas.
No, I didn't kill her.
Go over by that rock.
Take it easy, Diamond.
Go on.
Okay, I shot her. I hid in the bedroom and shot her. But you won't be around to talk about it.
Come on, get up. Get up. Oh, for Pete's sake, now I have to carry him back to the car.
Richard Diamond, private detective, has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there. This is Diamond. Hey, what about this heat? I can think of a lot of times I've been uncomfortable, but this runs itself right up to the top of my list. But the only thing good I can say about it, get your laundry dry in a hurry. I usually wash a few things out in my office because the soap's free. Come to think of it, I was scrubbing a pile of things the day we had that big wind. 97 degrees in New York, and we get a tornado to cool us off. I had so much dust in my office, I could have supplied mud pies to the whole neighborhood. And after it was all over, the cigarette ad on Broadway was blowing smoke rings through the trap door of one of my scattered longies. The waves in Long Island Sound were so rough, a friend of mine capsized, and when he came up, he found 3 terrified herring hiding in his nose. Oh, it was swell. One minute it was so hot you couldn't move, and the next, a 58-mile-an-hour wind was doing the moving for you. Then, to top it off, I got mixed up in one of the grisliest cases I'd ever worked on. It all started one evening. The car was moving down a lonely road, 2 people in it. In a couple of minutes, one of them would be pretty dead.
What are you stopping for?
What are you doing? Let me go. Get your hands off me. No, help! Please, please.
Hey, Ed.
Huh?
Stop the car a second.
What for?
Thought I saw something lying back there on the road.
So what? Probably a dead dog.
No. Hold it. Too big to be a dog.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Back it up about 20 yards. That's good.
Okay, where is it?
Right over there.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
Hey. Oh, holy cow.
Yeah. She dead?
She's wrecked. I think I'm going to be sick.
Me too. Let's get to a phone, call the cops.
Knit 1, purl 1. Knit 1, purl 1. Ah, there, you little fiend. Now, what does it say about the heel? Mm-hmm. Turn the heel. Oh, I dropped a stitch. Now I gotta go back and pick it up again. Yeah?
Rick, what's the matter?
Oh, Miss Asher? You and your bright ideas.
What did I do?
You did plenty. I'm a nervous wreck.
What from?
You remember you said I ought to take up something to keep me busy in the office?
Yes?
You remember you mentioned knitting?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I've dropped more stitches than a cross-eyed surgeon.
You idiot. I was only fooling.
Well, I wasn't. I did it up right. Book of directions, enough yarn to wrap up King Tut and all his handmaidens, and 2 of the finest bone needles and gimbals. Now, don't laugh. I was making Francis a pair of screaming argyles.
Keep with it, strong heart. You'll win out.
Yeah, you darn right. Oh, what I said. Darn. Get it? Helen, are you still there?
Yes, Rick.
Wasn't funny?
No, Rick.
Okay, come on over. Let's neck.
Yes, Rick.
Shame on you.
Yes, Rick.
Is that all you can say?
I love you.
And I'll see you about 8.
Oh.
You don't sound very happy.
Well, that's such a long way off.
Give you time to make plans. Bye.
Bye.
Now, let's see. I gotta take out 1, 2, 3, 5 rows. Yeah, what is it?
Rick?
Oh, how are you, Walt?
Very unhappy.
You should see me. I gotta take out 5 whole rows just to pick up 1 lousy stitch.
What?
Oh, forget it. What are you unhappy about?
I'll tell you about it when you get down here.
The 5th precinct's 20 blocks. Can't you give it to me over the pipe?
I wouldn't ask you if it wasn't important, and I'd rather not say anything over the phone.
Okay. Stop making like Portia facing life. I'll be down as soon as I finish this heel.
Heel?
Yes, if you must know, I've taken up knitting.
Coming from you, I am unmoved. I don't care if your building sergeant orders a fur-lined money belt. Get down here as fast as you can.
All right, Walt. But you'll be sorry when it starts getting cold again, and I won't knit you a sweater to cover your little old blue stomach.
Oh.
Bye, Walt. Getting Walt's goat was a sport with me, and whether he'd admit it or not, he got a kick out of it, too. Sometimes I wouldn't stay on the rib as long as I usually do, but that was only because Walt always starts sounding just a little bit worried. Then I know it's time to lay off and get serious. Don't misunderstand me. I never lay off entirely, and I never get completely serious. Those are two habits that don't help find the solution any quicker. They just fit you with a mess of ulcers, and you still end up too worried and too serious. I closed my office and headed for Walt's precinct. When I walked in, I spotted Sergeant Otis leaning back in his chair with his number 12s resting on the desk. Hello, Otis.
Well, how's the big private detective today?
Just fine, Otis. And how is the flash of the 5th precinct?
Don't you worry about me, Diamond. I'll get along. Better go on in and see the lieutenant. He wants to see you. Hey, what's it about, Diamond? You need someone to help you from the police force?
You know, Sergeant, you've got a fine head on your shoulders.
Well, I'm glad you noticed.
The one under your arm isn't so bad either. Hello, Walt.
Rick, why don't you leave that poor guy alone? After you leave, he comes running in here and cries all over my desk.
Otis? He wouldn't shed a tear if he was standing in an onion warehouse watching his grandmother set fire to herself.
Yeah, well, give him a rest for a while. I got a big problem I want to talk to you about.
All right, Walt. What's on your mind?
Well, I don't know quite how to give it to you. It isn't strictly kosher for the police force to go around asking for help.
Now, wait a minute. I don't want any apology routine. If you want a favor, you came to the right boy, and you know that goes without saying.
Yeah, I guess I do. But this is a pretty big favor, Rick. The commissioner's on my back. So is everyone else that's got anything to do with this city's government.
Sounds rough. What did they do? Find out you were hiding a chimpanzee in a cop's uniform and calling him Sergeant Otis?
Oh, now be serious for a second, Rick.
Sure, if you'll get to the point.
All right. I guess you've been reading about these homicides I've been having for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, pretty messy.
Well, the powers that be say solve them or turn in my badge.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. Don't they know that this is the toughest kind of a killing? The killer's obviously got a lot of screws loose, and a maniac doesn't need a motive to kill. Don't those swivel chair bigwigs know that a crime without motive is the toughest job in the world to crack?
Sure, they know all that, but the public and the press is yelling its head off, so the pressure is on.
Well, what do you want me for? You've got one of the best departments in the state.
When you were on the force, it was the best department in the state. Now you stop that.
Then stop twisting my arm. What do you want?
I want help. I've got to crack this case by next week, or I'm out of my ear. You're the best detective we had on the force, and you're the best private gumshoe in the city.
Oh, that's better. Now, what about these killings? Each time they find some dame looking like the last of a hamburger sale.
Oh, excuse me a minute, Rick. Yeah?
Lieutenant?
No, Jack the Ripper. What do you want, mallet head?
We just got a report from a guy out in the River Road. Another one of them butcher killings.
What?
Yeah, some dame all hecked up and lying beside the road.
Okay, get the car out. I'll meet you downstairs. Oh, did you hear that, Rick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, come on.
You want me along?
Of course. I can brief you about the whole setup on the way over.
Oh, I don't know whether it's such a good idea to get mixed up in this.
Why not?
Well, it looks like whoever gets close to this killer doesn't have much of a future.
Well, you can't live forever.
Oh, aren't you the sweet one? No, that's not what's worrying me.
Well, what is then?
When I go out, I want a nice, comfortable place to lie down in. The way this nut goes to work with a knife, I might end up in a freezer.
All right, everybody's back. Go on through, Lieutenant.
Show him your biceps, Otis.
Comic.
How did all these people get out here? This is 10 miles from anything.
Someone must have heard me call the police. When I left the phone booth, the whole crowd followed me out here.
Who are you?
My name's Ed Cody. Me and my friend here found the body.
Where is it?
Right over here, Walt.
Oh, how does it look?
The way you thought it would.
Oh, Otis.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Yeah, here's your bicarb.
Now you see what I'm up against, Rick. Pardon me. This is the third killing like this in 3 weeks.
Oh, I don't feel too good. Let's walk over this way.
Yeah. Cody, you and your friend come along. We want to ask some questions.
Yeah, okay.
Well, whoever the guy is that's pulling these murders is a complete lunatic. Now, they all like that, Walt?
You should have seen the last one.
How'd you guys happen to spot the body?
Oh, well,
I saw it first, and I told Ed here.
Yeah. We were just driving along when Mac spotted something lying beside the road. I backed her up, and we got out. I saw what it was. I left Mac here, went back to town to call you.
What's your full name, Mac?
McCarthy, John McCarthy.
Okay. What are you doing, Rick?
Looking at the road. Hey, that's your car up there, Cody?
It's Mac's. I was just driving.
You went ahead how far?
Oh, I'd say about 20 yards. Then we backed up and left the car where you see it now.
You won't find much even if the road is soft. Their car and any other car would have blocked out the killer's tracks.
Maybe he didn't use a car. Maybe he walked her out this way and then killed her.
No, this place is 10 miles from anything. He drove, all right.
This crowd has ruined any footprints for sure. Oh, here come the boys. Come on, Rick. As soon as they start examining things, we can get back to the station.
Yeah, I want to go through the whole file on the last 2 killings.
You won't find much.
Well, a change of reading never hurts anyone. I'm getting tired of reading those dime novels. Too bloody.
Well, that's the whole mess.
No leads at all, huh?
Not a one. I'm getting nearsighted from looking at all the lineup. We've picked up everything from drunks to safecrackers. Not a lead.
Same type of crime in every case. This killer's got a crazy streak as wide as Broadway.
Oh, wait until the commissioner hears about this one.
Walt.
Yeah?
Give me a pencil.
Now, tic-tac-toe is out. I got a headache.
Stop waving your gills and give me a pencil.
Here. What are you doing with that map?
Drawing circles.
Now, you stop that. That's the scale of this city, and I don't want it loused up by your doodling.
Look at that.
So you make a dandy circle.
Thanks. What's it for?
How should I know? You drew it.
Drew what?
The circle.
Wasn't that a little foolish?
Of course it was. That's what I'm yelling about.
Well, that's bad for you.
What is?
Yelling.
I know it.
I thought you said you didn't know.
Know what?
About the circle I just drew.
What circle?
The one on the map.
That's what I was yelling about.
Why? You didn't draw it.
I know I didn't. You did.
What for?
How should I know?
You're a policeman.
What in blazes has that got to do with it?
You were a rookie, weren't you?
Of course I was.
You worked your way up to sergeant and then to head of the homicide, didn't you?
You know very good and well I did.
Wasn't it a little tough?
You bet it was. I pounded the beat for 4 long years. Did it by the sweat of my brow. Now, wait a minute. How did we get into this?
You asked me about this circle I drew.
I did?
Yes, Walt. But you didn't know what it was for.
Oh, yeah. What is it for?
It's for you. I get.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I knew it. You lowlife, you conniving, dirty, underhanded louse. You always do this to me. I think you sit around nights and pull the wings off of flies.
Moths.
All right, moths. Sit around and dream up little monstrosities to pull on the police force and use me as a
guinea pig.
Right, guinea pig.
You call me, Lieutenant?
No, get out of here, you idiot.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Diamond, for once I'm going to find out what's at the end of this merry-go-round. I want to know about that circle. And I'm going to get it out of you if I have to shove that map down your throat. Huh? Oh, not you, Commissioner. Yes, Commissioner. Yes, Commissioner. Well, I just went out and looked at the body. Yes, but...
Your motor's running.
You shut up. No, Commissioner, somebody else. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, who was it?
I am not talking to you.
Don't you want to know about the circle?
No.
Fine. When I was looking over the reports on the killings, I noticed something.
You don't say.
Say what? Okay, if you don't want to play, be a sorehead all your life. Well, I noticed that all of the killings, including the one we looked at this afternoon, were within at least 10 miles of each other. And the first one, this one right here, was exactly in the other direction from the last one.
Bully for you.
No, it's nothing. Well, using the first and last homicide for the edge of the circle, we find that the other killing also falls within the sphere.
Okay, so what?
Getting interested?
No, I'm not.
Well, the girl this afternoon had been dead for about 14 hours, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but the coroner can come closer.
Well, about anyway. Now, in the other 2 cases, it says that both girls met their deaths about 3 in the morning. Now, if the last one was dead 14 hours, she comes close to that time, too.
Okay. What does that prove?
Not a thing, but it's something to go on. This is a wild one, Walt. But let's say that our killer started off with his victim somewhere within that circle. To drive 5 miles, half the distance of the circle, it would take him, about...
15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes. Now, that means he left his starting point around 2:45. Now, that's a funny hour to be so consistent.
You're right.
Bars close at 2. 45 minutes to talk a dame into a ride? Might be.
Oh, I'll be darned.
I may be all wet. The killer probably started from somewhere outside the circle, but we can start by eliminating the idea of the night spots anyway.
Yeah, Lieutenant?
Checking all the night spots from,
45th Street and Broadway, the center of the circle.
From 45th Street and Broadway for 10 miles in every direction.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
That means cafes, bars, bowling alleys, anything that stays open till 2 or after, and step on it.
I hope we're right.
So do I. I don't like walking on eggs.
Then sit down. Who knows? You might hatch something. Walt found out the name of the last victim, and the family supplied us with a picture. Her name was Martha Kirk, and her family knew nothing of her whereabouts the night of the murder. You can't really appreciate a police department until you really see them in action. Inside of 2 hours, Walt had every dive, bar, and night spot in the 10-mile circle tagged. They spread out, one man to every 5 blocks, each with a picture of the 3 murdered girls. Because it had been my idea, Walt wanted me to swim with it and maybe sink. I took a little section from 48th Street to 46th Street, and by late afternoon, I'd covered most of the likely prospects. You guessed it. The bottom of the barrel was coming up fast, and it was emptier than a ballpark during a thunderstorm. No one had ever seen the 3 victims. The last spot on the list was a bowling alley. I walked in and spotted a cocktail lounge. When I climbed up on one of the stools, a bartender with a head that should have been out on the alleys walked up to me.
Yeah, what'll it be?
How about a glass of milk?
Glass of milk? Think you can stand it?
Well, if you're worried, water it a little. I don't want to pass out on you.
Get him. He made it funny.
So did your family.
You're looking for trouble?
Only if I get pushed. I'm looking for information.
First door on the left.
Yeah. Ever seen any of these girls before?
What are you, cop?
Well, let's say I'm nosy, and that I've got a badge to keep me in the spirit of the thing.
Oh, why'd you say so? Let me see.
All right. Here's the first one.
No. I ain't never seen her.
How about this one? And this one?
No. Hey, wait a minute. Sure, I know this one. Comes in here about twice a week. Was in last night. Gets lushed up, cries about how tough a family he is on her. Name's,
Kirk?
Yeah. Martha Kirk. Nice looker.
She was.
Huh?
Did she ever come in with a man?
No, but sometimes she leaves with one.
Same guy every time?
No.
Do you remember her leaving with a man last night?
Yeah. Come to think of it, she did.
What time?
No, about 2:15. We stopped serving at 2 right on the dot. That we do.
That you do, yeah. Okay. Think you'd know the guy if you saw him again?
Oh, sure. He comes in a couple times a week, too. I seen him pick up a couple of strays. I guess you call him a wolf.
Yeah, with a hatchet.
Huh?
No, forget it. Where's your phone?
Right over there. Hey, here, use a slug. It's on the house, officer.
Thanks.
Hope nothing's happened to Martha. She was a rotten drunk. What a wonderful kid.
She was, huh?
Here, Precinct Sergeant Otis.
Otis, let me speak to the lieutenant, and if you crack just once, I'll come over there and shove your head so far down you'll have to untie your shoelaces to cough.
Okay, Diamond. You don't have to get nasty. Lieutenant Levinson.
You can forget about retiring, Walt.
You got something?
Yeah, looks like. What did your boys turn up?
Nothing yet. What is it, Rick? Don't play games now.
Get over to 47th and 9th, the bowling alley in the middle of the block. I'm in the bar.
Want me to bring the boys?
No. This is one we've got to play quietly. I don't want to scare our ghoul off.
I'll be right down.
Hey, what about that milk?
Huh? Oh, yeah, coming up. Hey, is there going to be a pinch?
There is, Buster. There certainly is. Walt romped in about a half hour later, and he talked to the bartender. He finally looked satisfied. He had to, because it was the only lead that had turned up. We told the bartender to tip us if the guy showed again, and we sat down to wait. Maybe my rabbit's foot started thinking it was back with the quartet because around 1 a.m. it started kicking. The bartender gave us a nod just as a big guy wandered in and sat down at the bar. He weighed in at about 220, and his clothes were sloppy. He ordered a drink and started eyeing a cute little number sitting at the other end of the bar.
Let's take him.
Hold it, Walt. He's making a pitch.
What?
The dame at the end of the bar.
So he's making a pitch. What do you want to do? Wait around till he takes her out of here?
Maybe you'd like to help him sharpen his axe.
Look, you haul him in now, you'll have to beat it out of him.
You want him to pick the dame up?
Was that against the law? Arrest me.
Now, you stop clowning.
You'd rather catch him with the goods, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but...
Now, don't start that again. You butted the commissioner to death. Just relax, and maybe you can pick up a few pointers. Our big boy moved all right. Right up to the seat next to the cute little girl. She was under full sail, didn't seem to mind it at all. He landed at 1:15. At 1:30, he'd established a firm beachhead, and by 2 o'clock, there was a flag raising.
Okay, he scored. Now, joint's closing.
They're leaving. I'm going to tail him.
How? He's probably got a car. And if he gets away with that girl, he may kill her.
Look, Walt, I promise you he won't get into that car unless I go too. Now, come on. We'll both stick close to him until I can think of something. We followed the man and the girl outside and walked a few yards behind, making like we had a little load on. They headed for a big parking lot, and that's when I got the idea. The parking attendant was just walking up to him when I stumbled forward.
Hey, boy.
Rick, what are you doing?
Stay with me, Walt.
Yeah?
Son, I want my car.
Just a minute. I was here first.
Sure, honey. Don't let him get away with it.
Look, old man, my friend here is late getting home. He's got a wife that's 10 feet tall. You mind if I get my car first?
Go ahead.
Some nerve.
Relax, honey. We're gonna take a little drive, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see your ticket.
Well, we'll go here someplace. Well, come on, we'll walk up. I know where the car is.
Okay, but you gotta have a ticket.
Rick, what's going on?
Keep walking.
Hey, I thought you was loaded.
Keep going. We're the police.
Huh?
That's right.
Oh. What's wrong?
Which one is that guy's car?
You mean the guy back there with the dame?
Yeah.
He gave me his ticket. Right over there, the coupe.
Rick, come on. I'm going to climb in that trunk, and you're going to put in a general alarm, Walt. Then you're going to get in your car and tail us. But stay far enough behind so that he doesn't spot something.
Okay, but I think you're crazy. Is the trunk open?
Yeah. Now get going.
Well, they'll see me coming back.
Tell him you forgot something in the bowling alley and that I passed out my car.
All right. And, son.
Yeah?
Don't let on that anything had happened. We think that man is a killer.
Oh.
I squeezed into the trunk and waited. About 2 minutes later, the Lovebird showed up and got in the front seat. We rode like that for about 15 minutes, and it wasn't bad until we hit the dirt road. Then my inside started bouncing around like a pound of rice in a wind tunnel. We drove for about 10 minutes more and came to a stop. I raised the trunk just enough to get some fresh air and listen. I didn't want to climb out because they'd feel the movement up in front. I was sure they could hear my breathing.
What are we stopping for?
Well, I just wanted to look at the pretty scenery.
How can you? It's too dark.
I can see you, baby.
You're nice.
Thank you. So, how you?
They went on like that for another half hour, and I started thinking I'd picked the wrong guy. Then the conversation changed.
What's the matter? What's so funny?
Don't you know?
No, and I don't like the way you're acting.
Women. That's what's funny. They're all the same.
Huh?
Just like my wife. She was like all the other women.
Hey, let's get out of here. You're talking funny.
Funny? Yeah. See a man and you like him. Any man. You're all alike.
Now you stop that. I just came along
Come
because...
here.
No, you let me go.
You ain't no different. Come here.
No, stop that. Let me get out of the car.
Sure. Go ahead, go ahead. I don't want no blood stains on the seat anyhow. Go on, run. I'll catch you.
That tore it right down the middle. I rolled out and didn't forget to take my 38 along. I spotted him in the moonlight, moving after her like a big animal. He was laughing. I could see something in his hand. It was a knife. She tripped and fell, and he moved in. He gave me goosebumps bigger than grapefruit. When he was nearly on top of her, I closed in. Okay, hold it!
You shut up!
Drop the knife!
I'll kill him! I'll kill her like the red one!
You all right, honey? No. Just take it easy. Take it easy. It's all over.
I'm so glad you got here.
Come on now. Let's get back to the car. Easy. You sure you're all right, dear?
You know something?
No, what?
I think that man was
Well, Walt finally got there, and we sent the girl home. The wagon came and cleaned up things. I found out later that Walt was blessed by the commissioner, and I got an assist. I needed calming down, so I stopped off at 975 Park Avenue, the home of the best remedy for bruised nerves I knew of.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Francis. Is Miss Asher in?
Yes, sir. She's in the study, knitting.
Knitting?
Knitting.
Thank you, Francis.
1 pearl 2. Knit 1 pearl 2.
That's like taking stupid pills.
Rick.
Hello, baby.
Oh, look what I've gotten into. I'm a nervous wreck.
Oh, that'll teach you. What are you building?
Well, it was going to be a surprise for you.
Oh, a whole suit.
Oh, silly. Ricky,
Yeah?
I need relaxing.
You need relaxing. Oh, swell.
Ricky, come here.
I know just the thing.
No, come over here.
There's an old spinning wheel in the parlor, spinning dreams of a long, long ago.
Ricky!
What's the matter, dear? What about this? Cruising down the river on a Sunday afternoon.
Ricky.
With one you love, the sun above, waiting for the moon.
Ricky.
The old accordion playing.
Ricky.
A sentimental tune.
Rick!
Oh, honey, what's the matter?
You can sing later.
Oh.
Please.
What is it, really, baby?
Come here.
Oh, you know something? I may never sing again.
Okay.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Bill Conrad, Lorene Tuttle, Jack Crucian, and Sidney Miller. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by William P. Rousseau. Dick Powell will next be seen in the motion picture Mrs. Mike, based on the best-selling novel Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.